are you today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful, especially having you here on the podcast. I just want to thank you so much. I know you've been really, really busy and you got a lot going on. So it means a lot that you came here on the podcast to talk to me for a little bit and to treat our fans to a little intel on how things are going for you and how your career has been and has been going. So thank you.
Thank you for having me. I always have time for Trike Patrol.
There you
Unless
go.
I'm sick or something.
So what's been going on? I know there's been a lot. So what do you want to share with our fans?
This year has been really exciting. I was nominated for the Pornhub Awards this year, and it's my first year being nominated, and I ended up having 3 nominations. So I'm very happy and proud of that, and very thankful for my fans for helping me, get those nominations.
There you go. We're really proud of you. We were really happy for you. And it's funny when you speak of Pornhub. So you've made quite the name for yourself being Filipina. And so if anybody goes to Pornhub and if they search Filipina, there's most likely two things will pop up: Jada Kai and Trike Patrol. So it's been a pretty good partnership. And it's like on Twitter I have your scene with Jackie pinned to the top, and that has like over 250,000 views. So I think our fans like you.
That's awesome. I'm happy they do because I like them too.
Yeah, so you've been featured twice, and the first one was with Jackie, great guy. Don't forget to tell him I said hi. And that was the workout scene. Do you remember it?
Yes, of course I remember it. We actually filmed that in this room right here. We ended up like renovating this whole room so it does not look the same whatsoever. But yeah, it was in this room.
Yeah,
Of
it's a
course
really,
I
really
remember.
good episode. And do you remember your second scene you did for Trike Patrol?
Um, I did another scene with a different performer. I think his name's Chuck, and that was in LA. Um, and I I did another one. I don't know if that was for like a website, like a different website, but I know that it was like kind of part with Trike Patrol.
Uh, but I believe there's a third one in the making, right?
Yes, I'm very excited to bust out my cooking skills for that
There
one.
you go. So are you a fan of Filipino food? I'm just curious.
Yeah, I love Filipino food. So I am vegan now. And a lot of Filipino cuisine is usually meat-based, but I'm lucky to have like 2 really, really great vegan restaurants. Um, that are one is like a little bit more traditional
Uh,
Filipino vegan food, and then the other one is more like Filam food.
gotcha. Now,
Yeah.
from my experience, if I would have to think of something that's vegan, Filipino food or ulam, how we call it, I would think you could probably do like a pinakbet or maybe chop soy version and vegan. I think that would be possible, right?
Yeah, and I mean my mom always made um like vegan lumpia because when I was younger we had friends that were vegans, so she'd just like hold the meat on those and it was
Uh-huh.
really good. I was thinking about making a really big like vegan lumpia. Like the only times I've made lumpia is when we've made hundreds.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I can relate, and I think I spoke to Jada Cruz about that. Growing up here in the States, us Philams, Filipinos, that's kind of how it goes. Growing up, whenever there's a party, we gotta do our work. We gotta put the work in with the lumpia, making and all that.
Is Jada Cruz 100% Filipino too?
I never got an actual answer from her, but I'm pretty sure she's at least half. Because we
Oh
spoke
wow,
for
I had no
yeah.
idea she was even Filipina.
Yeah, we spoke for like 40 minutes, and it was we were able to relate so much just growing up in Filipino households, and how from things like and like when I was growing up, my parents would always get pissed off and be like, I'm sending you to the Philippines. I'm like, do it. And most Filipinos like, no, I'm over here like, fucking do it. Then I wanted it to get sent. I always tell everybody that it's like I always saw it as a not a punishment for sure.
That's funny. I think my my dad used to kind of like say that to like me and my brother.
And when you act up a little bit, they're always trying to scare you. It's like, and you would always say no, right? You would always be like, no, don't do it.
Yeah, 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 of
Yeah,
course.
see, I'm like one of the only persons that people were like, just fucking do it then, and they did it. So
That's
that
so
was
funny.
that was a lot of fun
Wait, they
during high
did
school.
it?
Oh yeah, they sure did. I got sent. I was the guy that got sent to the Philippines at age 14 to like 16. So yeah,
What?
and I didn't even have to do middle school, like because in the Philippines during the time they changed it a couple years ago, so they didn't have junior high school. So right after fifth grade, they go or sixth grade, they go straight to high school.
Right.
And so I left here after eighth grade, went back there, went straight to third year high school, did 2 years, and got out.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, I didn't learn much, but you know.
I really want to. I was just talking to my niece this morning, and I was like, "Oh, I want to go in like November or something."
Oh my God, I was literally looking at airfare and tickets earlier, and like I was just curious. I'm not going back to the Philippines anytime soon because you know whatever reasons. But like 1,800 is like the cheapest. That's Philippine Airlines, and a lot of other flights were like 2,000 something. But you would have to go to like the East Coast and then transfer and take Turkish Airlines or the United Air, whatever that one airline is in the Middle East. But it's like it's just crazy because every like my in-laws are going home
Oh,
tomorrow.
like Qatar Airlines.
Yeah, so it's like everybody's going back because they finally opened up. So tickets just went fucking triple the price or whatever. So it's really hard to go home back right now.
Oh no, I was looking like maybe a couple months ago. I should have gotten it then. Yeah,
Yeah,
tickets were
yeah.
only like 500 at the time for November.
Exactly. It was a gamble, like I tell people, because it's like, well, nobody knew that if they were going to open up the Philippines, you know, to like us U.S. citizens or whatever, because they were allowing OFWs and to go back home, and also you know Filipino citizens, but you would have to quarantine for like 10 days at certain hotels. But you know, if you would have bought it during the time we didn't know, you would have, like you said, you would have saved a lot of money, and but it was a gamble. But I guess it was worth the gamble, right? Because obviously you would have won.
Oh well, I'm horrible at investing.
I could say the same. So have you been back? Have you ever been to the Philippines? I mean, you were born here, correct?
Yes, I was born here. I've been to the Philippines like five times
Oh,
probably.
okay. Yeah. And I was talking to like Lucky Star the other day about it, and of course Jada Cruz, like I mentioned, and it was like, you know, for us being born here and going back there was such a shock of how, you know, you never really saw exactly how it was out there because you know back in the days there wasn't like the internet like now. So like when I went back, I was just like, what the fuck? This is crazy. So you know, it was a shock. It was a culture shock. But I ended up having fun. You know,
What was crazy to you?
the pop. You know, we landed in Manila. My first time there, I was like 11, and I could just see like the beggars coming up to the van, and like, I mean, I knew it wasn't as built like the states, but you know, I didn't think it was gonna be that crazy. Where like you just see these. I was seeing all these fires around, like you know how they burn the garbage. I'm like telling my parents like, oh shit, there's a fucking fire. Like oh shit, and they're like, I'm like, why aren't you guys doing anything? Like really, there's a fucking fire. We should like get out of here. We should help them. Like just sit back, relax. We're good.
Yeah,
Because
that's the norm.
we don't do that out here. We don't start fires burning our shit, right? If you see a fire, you're probably gonna call the fires, you know.
Right. Let's see. I think the last time that I was in the Philippines was in 2014.
Okay, that's about the last time I went. And what area do you stay in? Luzon, like in the main island?
Yeah, the main island. I have some family in Manila and then some not too far from Manila. I was like, I don't think I should say what province
Yeah,
my
yeah,
place around because their province is pretty small.
yeah. See, I usually when I go back to like Pampanga. I got family there, and you know, I like to party there. They got the Angeles City and Subic and all that area around there, Region 3, I think it is. So that's a lot of fun out there. So many beaches out there, you know.
Yeah, I miss it. I want to go back to like Greenbelt and go shopping.
Greenbelt. Yeah, I made the mistake there. Brought a chick there and didn't realize how expensive it fucking was over there. Greenbelt and Rockwell, I think it is. Man, It is
Oh, I was
expensive here.
not thinking of that. I really like the place where they have all the fake stuff.
Oh, the Visoria, is it?
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
yeah. Well, any mall out in the Philippines, like you could like they have the little store set up with like the fake Louis Vuittons, and I would always
yeah,
buy
I like
my
that
shit out
stuff.
there. Yeah, I even had my shit taken away by customs. Yeah,
Oh no. See, I bought a bunch of stuff for my cousins and nieces. Like I got them fake beats and
yeah, yeah.
all of those awesome things, and they loved it.
Yeah, I would buy a lot of J's out there because they were like 3,000 pesos, which out there is kind of expensive, but that's like what, $60. So I'd buy me like 4 or 5 pairs. And, I got, like I said, I got caught up last time by customs. They're like, all right, we know it's fake, and you're allowed to bring a certain amount. They said we'll let you keep two. But I'm like, come on, like that still costs me some money. So it's compared to like what they're really worth, like 200, 180, whatever.
Yeah.
So I'd always
Did
go,
you have a whole suitcase full of them?
yeah, I sure did. Yeah, I'm an idiot. And they took away my sampalok, and they said any kind of food has to have like a barcode on it. You can't just like take the dried fish and all that shit and just it has to be, I guess, processed by an actual whatever. I'm like, fucking just take it, just fucking take it. I'll buy some more.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, my friend, she did the same thing as you, and she bought all this like stuff in China, and they took away her stuff and when she was going through customs in the US, she was like, "It's for myself." But
I know it's not like I'm trying to sell it, but they're like, well, how would you feel if you were the owner of this and people were bringing your shit, or buying your shit fake, whatever. I'm like, I wouldn't mind. I'm
I
still
mean,
making money.
people do steal it. I totally understand.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of like when you see your content online pirated and shit. I guess
Yeah,
it's the same concept, right?
yeah, totally. When I was younger, I would like go on LimeWire and like blow up my laptop
Oh my
pretty much.
god. Oh yeah. Was that
And
before?
now whenever I see my stuff on those sites, I'm like, this is karma. It's
It is.
okay.
It is. I totally feel it. It all started with Napster and Kazaa, if you remember those.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
like
I
the
had
best thing
Napster
ever.
for a little bit, but I was a LimeWire.
Yeah.
LimeWire.
That's when it got kind of dirty though with all the viruses. I think Napster was a little better, right?
I think Napster was like the OG, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, those were the good old days. And he got caught up and he got in a lot of trouble. So that didn't last too long. But nowadays you could get anything for free if you really search. But look, here we are now, like with the content, we see our shit now. So you're right, it's freaking karma. Especially
Okay,
for
I mean, it's like Pornhub and certain porn sites or even free tube sites do pay you for the views that you get, kind of
oh
like
yeah, Pornhub is a lot better now. I mean, they're actually really great because it's not that easy just to upload there anymore. It's like you got to really go through the process of providing documents and making sure you can prove to them that you own it or you have the right to upload it. So Pornhub is
yeah.
actually pretty legit. So they're really cool. So I enjoy their free services too once in a while.
Yeah, they're great.
So I'm curious, do you speak any Tagalog?
Konti lang.
Konti lang, konti lang. Anong mga alam mong sabihin?
Lantek na yan. Just
Ay,
kidding.
ay nako, Diyos ko. I'm just always curious. I like to hear, us Philum speak a little Tagalog. That always makes my heart sing.
Yeah, so when I was in the Philippines, I would usually stay there for like a month at a time. And then by the time I would leave, I was like, I would say I was like pretty, like I was like fluent in Taglish.
Yeah.
But now I don't have like whenever I try to talk to my cousins in Tagalog, they're like, I just go and like they'll just talk to me in English because they're like, it's just too hard. Like,
Yeah, yeah. Well, English is well spoken in the Philippines. A lot of people don't understand that. That's why we got so many call centers out there, and it's taught. I actually, man, you won't believe this. I flunked English in fourth year high school, coming from the States.
really?
Well, I just didn't do the work, and also their English is a little more proper. We have like the worst English here in the States, I'll tell you that. Like our English is not very well, it's not the by the book. It's more slang, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Yeah. English language is definitely really confusing.
Yeah, it's like
But when I hear Tagalog, like I can definitely like understand it pretty well. And then it just takes me a while, I guess.
yeah, I actually had to learn it, myself. I mean, I knew a little bit, but when I went back, it took me 2 years, and I finally became pretty fluent. But I feel like I've lost the touch, in these last 10 years. So I got to practice a little bit and touch up on it. So
Maybe in the next script you write me, you have to write it in Tagalog for me.
yeah, I can't. Writing in it is very, very difficult. I'll tell you that the proper way, So, but I could give it a try. Yeah, we look forward to your next scene. It's funny. So we shot Ember Snow. You know who Ember Snow is, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we shot her the second time with Connor. I was there on set, and actually asked her to say a little bit Tagalog words. She ended up saying a lot of Tagalog words, so she's actually pretty fluent.
Yeah, Ember is fluent.
Yeah, she's pretty cool. She's awesome. So, do you have any links you want to share with our fans where they can find you?
Yeah, so it's officialjadakai.com has all of my links. It's my link tree, and then you can find me on social media as the same thing. I do have a Reddit. You can join me r/Reddit, Jada Kai, and I was like, I forgot for a second. And yeah, you can just find me anywhere. My OnlyFans is also Jada Kai. I'm pretty easy to find on the internet, kind of.
Yeah, just search Jada Kai in Google. So, do you have any upcoming special projects you're working on that you want our fans to hear about?
Yes, so I am doing another scene with you guys.
Oh yeah.
I do have a really big scene next month that I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about yet. But if you follow me on social media, you'll see me bring that up. I'm so excited for it. It's going to be my biggest shoot yet. It's something that I've been looking forward to since pretty much the beginning of my career. So I'm excited.
Oh, nice. So yeah, we can't wait to hear about it.
Yeah, I'm training pretty hard for it. Yeah, I just started working with a trainer, and so hopefully things will come together nicely for that.
Wow, you need a trainer and everything. So this is pretty huge, huh?
Actually, I ended up getting Jackie started working with a trainer, and then I kind of got inspired to work with a trainer. And when I saw him, I was like, oh my God, that reminds me of when I was training for figure skating. So I was like, I need to do that too. And then I found out about the shoe, and I was like, oh, this happened perfectly.
Well, we can't wait. So when you finally get it shot, don't forget to mention us on Twitter, and we'll share it, we'll retweet it, and we'll for sure check it out.
Of course. Thank you.
All right. Well, Jada, I know you're a very, very busy person, but I want to thank you so much for joining us, and it means a lot that you spent the time to come on here and chit chat with me for the last 20 minutes. So again, thank you so much, and I hope to hear from you soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, Jada.